Welcome back to the channel. Before we dive into today's mind-blowing topic, I need you to do something for me. Take everything you've ever been told about honesty being the best policy and chuck it out the window. Because what I'm about to share with you might just turn your world upside down. Trust me, you don't want to miss a single second of this video. We're about to uncover the dirty truth about honesty that no one's talking about. So grab your favorite snack, get comfortable, and prepare to have your mind blown. All right, let's get real for a second. We've all heard it before, right? Honesty is the best policy. The truth shall set you free. Well, what if I told you that all this honesty nonsense is actually ruining your life? That's right, folks. Today, we're diving deep into how honesty is secretly destroying your relationships and torpedoing your career. Buckle up, because this is going to be a wild ride. Reason 1, honesty makes you unlikable. Let's kick things off with a bang. You know what's great about being honest all the time? Absolutely nothing. Why? Because it makes you downright unlikable. When you're always telling the truth, you're not making friends, you're making enemies. The ancient Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Well, guess what? When you're too busy being honest, people's reactions to you are going to be pretty darn negative. You tell your friend their new haircut looks terrible? Goodbye, friendship. You inform your boss their idea is stupid? Say hello to the unemployment line. Way to go, Honest Abe. Reason 2, honesty kills romance. Here's a fun fact for you. Relationships thrive on little white lies. Shocking, I know. But when you're brutally honest all the time, you're setting your love life up for disaster. You expect everything to work out when you're always telling the truth? Spoiler alert, it doesn't. As Seneca, another wise Stoic, put it, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. And let me tell you, when you're always imagining that honesty will strengthen your relationship, reality is going to hit you like a ton of bricks. So, go ahead. Keep telling your partner that yes, they do look fat in those jeans. I'm sure that'll work out great for your love life. Oh, wait, it won't. It'll destroy it. Reason 3, honesty stifles your career growth. But wait, I hear you say, doesn't honesty help you in your career? Oh, you sweet summer child. Let me break it down for you. When you're always honest, you're putting a giant target on your back at work. You become the office troublemaker, the one who can't keep their mouth shut. You become the person no one wants to work with because they're afraid you'll call out their mistakes or disagree with their ideas. Before you know it, you're passed over for promotions and left out of important projects, all because you couldn't keep your honest opinions to yourself. Marcus Aurelius warned us, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. But when you're too honest, you give away that power, letting your unfiltered thoughts sabotage your career prospects. Reason 4, honesty makes you vulnerable. Life is full of sharks, my friend, but when you're too busy being honest, you're essentially jumping into the water covered in chum. You're making yourself vulnerable to every opportunist and manipulator out there. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Well, good luck reacting to betrayal when your honesty has left you completely exposed. While the smart players are keeping their cards close to their chest, you're showing your entire hand to everyone at the table. And when those sharks smell blood in the water, you'll be torn apart wondering what went wrong. Spoiler alert, it was your brutal honesty. Reason 5, honesty destroys team dynamics. Think your honest feedback makes you a valuable team player? Think again. Constant honesty can actually destroy team dynamics. Why? Because sometimes teams need a little sugarcoating to function smoothly. When your coworker presents a half-baked idea in a meeting, they don't need you to honestly tell them it's garbage. When your team is struggling to meet a deadline, they don't need you honestly pointing out everyone's shortcomings. Sometimes people just need encouragement and support, not your unvarnished truth. As Seneca wisely noted, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. And when you're always imagining that your honest feedback is helpful, you're ignoring the very real suffering you're causing to team morale. Reason 6, honesty limits your networking abilities. Here's a fun fact. Honest people make terrible networkers. Why? Because networking is all about making people like you. And let's face it, honesty isn't always likable. It's like they're playing chess while you're playing let's state every uncomfortable truth. You know who makes good connections? People who know how to bend the truth a little. People who can schmooze and flatter and say what others want to hear. Meanwhile, you're over there telling the CEO his tie is ugly and wondering why you're not getting any business cards. Epictetus warned, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. But when you're too honest, you're skipping right over the what you have to do part, assuming that your truth-telling will magically open doors for you. Reason 7. Honesty prevents necessary social lubrication. Here's an uncomfortable truth. Society functions on little lies. When we ask, how are you? We don't actually want an honest answer about your recent colonoscopy. When we say, let's do lunch sometime, we don't actually mean it. These little social niceties are the oil that keeps the gears of society turning smoothly. But when you're brutally honest all the time, you're throwing a wrench in those gears. You're the person everyone avoids at parties because they're afraid you'll give them an honest critique of their outfit or their life choices. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." But when you're too honest, you never need to find that strength because you've already alienated everyone around you. Reason 8. Honesty can lead to legal troubles. Want to know a great way to get yourself into legal hot water? Be brutally honest all the time. In our litigious society, sometimes a little discretion goes a long way. But no, you had to go and tell the absolute truth, didn't you? You honestly tell your neighbor their dog is a nuisance? Hello? Defamation lawsuit? You truthfully inform a client about a competitor's shortcomings? Welcome to the wonderful world of slander charges. But hey, at least you were honest, right? Seneca warned, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." And when you're always craving to speak your honest truth, you might just find yourself poor in the very literal sense. Reason 9. Honesty ruins surprises and joy. Surprise parties? Thoughtful gifts? The magic of Santa Claus? Kiss it all goodbye when you're committed to brutal honesty. You become the person who ruins every surprise, spoils every movie ending, and tells kids that Santa isn't real. You might think you're doing everyone a favor by always telling the truth, but in reality, you're just sucking the joy out of life. Sometimes, a little mystery, a little magic, a little pleasant fiction makes life worth living. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." But when you're ruining surprises left and right, you're robbing people of the chance to react with joy and wonder. Reason 10. Honesty creates unnecessary conflict. Here's the kicker, all that honesty, it's a conflict magnet. Every honest opinion becomes a potential argument. Every truthful observation turns into a heated debate. Before you know it, you're surrounded by tension and hostility, all because you couldn't keep your honest thoughts to yourself. You become so focused on telling the truth that you forget about keeping the peace. You push people away, create enemies where there could have been friends, all in the name of honesty. Marcus Aurelius warned, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." But when you're always honest, you give away that power, letting your truth-telling create chaos in your relationships and your career. So there you have it, folks. 10 ways that honesty is secretly ruining your relationships and torpedoing your career. Still think telling the truth is the way to go? Think again. Now I know what some of you are thinking. But isn't some honesty good? Well, sure, in moderation. The key is balance. Be honest when it matters, but don't be afraid to sugarcoat things when necessary. Tell the truth, but maybe not the whole truth all the time. Remember what Epictetus said. He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has. So instead of always being honest about what's wrong, try focusing on what's right. Before we wrap up, I want to thank you for sticking around till the end. I know this wasn't an easy pill to swallow, but I hope it's given you something to think about. Maybe next time someone tells you to just be honest, you'll think twice. If you found this video eye-opening, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And hey, if you're feeling brutally honest, Maybe share it with a friend. Just don't tell them you secretly hate their haircut. Until next time, remember, a little white lie might just save your relationships and your career. Stay diplomatic, stay employed, and don't let honesty ruin your life.